champions. The Germans have appeared in this championship, Graham, as I think everybody thought they would at some stage.
In football terms, maybe in life, you just can't write the Germans out of anything. No, when the pressure's on, they seem to deliver. And they certainly delivered today. Some of the goals were exceptional goals, passing, moving, and people getting into the box. They're a fabulous watch. I like to watch German football. I love to watch Bayern Munich.
And you thought that actually in the first game against France, even though they lost, they showed signs in the first half then of what we've seen this afternoon.
Yeah, I didn't think they played badly against France. The game was decided on an OG by Hummels. France are the best team on paper in the competition. But I don't think, in my time in football, criticism doesn't seem to affect Germans. And they get plenty. They just, brush it off and can keep their focus better than most. And they've always had very special players. Right now, who's the special player? I really like Kimmich. Havertz will be one day. They haven't got one outstanding star in that team, but they're a danger. Whoever they play, they're going to know they'll be in a game with them. It
was interesting because you were just saying they've got no centre forward, have they? They've got no sort of equivalent to Lewandowski, who obviously plays in the Bundesliga. They've got a full side, a variety of them.
Yeah, we can say that Havertz is a number 9. We can say that Diaby is a number 9. We can say that Müller is a number 9. But they're creating enough chances to score goals and to win games. I think collectively, the way that they are playing at the moment, even against France, they had some moments where they play some really good football. But they stick to their philosophy and they're playing some really good footballs.
The speed in the second half. They scored 4 goals in 25 minutes. So 2-1 became 4-1 very quickly. What was the key to it that they did in that second half?
The delivery of the crosses into the box was exceptional. Obviously, they've got to work it to get there. And then the movement, as Graham's mentioned, getting bodies into the box. They haven't got centre forwards, but every single time they make the right runs. And if you're a coach, you plead with your strikers to get across your defenders. They do it all the time. This is perfection. It's what we were crying out from England for last night. Play lots of passes on one side, switch it to the other quickly, get your opposite full-back in. And they did it with Kimmich and Goossens all night. They were absolutely outstanding, those wing-backs. But when they got into these areas, I mean, the play's really good to get there, but then the delivery was absolutely brilliant every single time. And the movement in the middle, there were always bodies flying across defenders, getting across the near post, coming in at the back post. Almost modelled on the training ground, methodical, but delivered with
and no more than 2 touch, any of this, is it?
No, and this cross is just absolutely brilliant. Goossens comes in at the back post, Rafa Silva's sleeping, but you just look at them. They end up in positions to build up, to start with, as you'd expect, but all of a sudden they become the winger at the opposite side. The delivery, it's a really good performance. That was an elimination game for Germany. To produce that under pressure, it's a big performance, that.
They make it look simple. Sitting watching, you think, that's simple, or that's simple. That's a simple tap-in. It's just, it's done at speed. It's done with such quality. These are fabulous footballers doing it at full speed. It's not easy, but they make it look so easy.
Did the wing-backs play further up than they did against France, or they're just that bit more advanced?
I think maybe they were a little bit more brave tonight because they were quite under pressure and they knew that it was a must-win game for them. So the wing-backs was a little bit more higher on the field. And they had those players in between the lines. And when the ball managed to go wide, what was amazing in this game is the number of players in front of the goals, the number of players inside the box. And more bodies you have, and more chance you will have to score the goals. So I think they analysed quite the weakness as well of the Portuguese.
They were looking to switch all the time here. Now, Müller wants to switch it. It's not actually Müller Patrick who switches it in the end. It's Kimmich, number 6.
Yeah, Kimmich was quite...
the whole time.
He was in the winger's position. Yeah. And on the other side, you have Goossens, who used to play that position with Atalanta. So to go from wing-back to the other wing-back, that was, I think, something that they analysed, and they did quite well their homework, because they saw some weakness on the full-backs of the Portuguese team.
All 4 goals from crosses, Graham, in effect. They work themselves into good position. They're crosses.
Yeah, but they're not crosses from deep. They're crosses when they're near enough getting to the byline. They're played with such pace, and we keep saying it. The 3 of us have said it. They get plenty of bodies in the box, but they're accurate kickers of the ball. But I suppose if you're playing in that team and the minute the ball goes wide, and the guy who's crossing the ball is accurate, you're going to take a chance. If you're playing with someone who's a pudding and sticks it over the crossbar or overhits it, you're not going to be so keen to run into the box, are you? But these are quality operators.
Yeah. It seems an awful long time ago that Ronaldo scored an incredible goal, but it's well worth watching again because it's the absolute prototype of a counter-attack.
It was an exceptional moment in the match. The header, clearing it out from his box, and he's a phenomenon. And then he sprints the whole length of the pitch. The build-up, the Bernardo Silva pass is fantastic. The Jota control, he holds his run. Ronaldo sort of half runs offside a little bit, but then he ends up in an advantageous position to make sure that Jota, like I say, we criticised him at times in the first game for not squaring it for his mate, but he did. And, this is... Honestly, the header is there. He's under pressure from Ginter. And then, look at his reaction compared to the German defenders, even his own teammates. He sprints past his own team, sprints past the German team. Absolutely brilliant.
The minute he's flicked it, you can see where he knows where it's going to land. He's off.
Absolutely.
We've got a counter-attack here.
It's the dream. It's the dream that you want from a coach. If you're a young player in the Portuguese dressing room or anywhere in the world today thinking, I don't need to go back and defend, that's the best player in the world. Some will say Messi, I would say Ronaldo, heading it out of his own 6-yard box against the centre-back and then sprinting the full length of the pitch. You've got nowhere to go.
It didn't have an influence on Rafa Silva for one of the goals. Was it Gussen's goal?
No. who was daydreaming at the back post.
Yeah, that's not my job. I'm an attacking player. And just lets Gussen run free into the box. He has a look at him, lets him run free into the box. Thank you very much. Poor play. But, coming back to Ronaldo, if you're a coach stroke manager, imagine having him. What an example he is to everyone else. The young boys coming through, senior pros, everyone. Dream.
He does it. You can do it. He's still doing it after 17 years. You can be doing it. What a game that was, and we really enjoyed it. More to come and more